Coffee is grown all over the world, and according to the National Coffee Association, the trees that provide the U.S. with coffee trace back to Ethiopia. Bryant Simon, a history professor at Temple University, walks through the history of coffee and talks about its legendary start.
The story goes that there are these, I guess they're basically monks in Ethiopia, and they're tending to a farm, and they're trying to study, and they have these goats, and the goats begin to nibble on these bushes, and they begin to dance wildly.
Coffee was being drunk in what is now known as Persia, Egypt, Syria, and Turkey. Coffee was becoming more popular, and coffee houses became standard in many places.
16th and 17th century coffee houses were a staple of London. They were a staple of Vienna.
So much so that by the mid-17th century, there were over 300 coffee houses in London alone. Coffee houses brought in a variety of patrons and increased the overall demand for coffee.
The Dutch figure out how to export it and grow it in kind of greater volume. The Dutch are key to this story. They're key to popularizing it. They're key in part because they have really good ships. They have really good trading networks.
As the Industrial Revolution progressed, coffee production changed. Since then, coffee has become the second largest traded commodity in the world.
Much of the coffee kind of consumption in the 20th century is kind of industrial production. Think of Maxwell House, think of instant coffee, which is really, for much of the world, the biggest seller. But all of those first kind of waves of coffee were about product. They were about beans. So the initial Starbucks doesn't sell coffee like to go. All they sold was beans. And they began to roast coffee, and they began to serve cups of coffee to get people to buy beans.
One of the main reasons coffee became so popular is because of the way it brings people together.
Coffee could spark conversation, that it was a kind of pick-me-up and facilitated conversation, and a different kind of conversation than you would get with alcohol.
Although coffee has been around for several centuries, its main purpose as a conversation starter still remains true today. I talked to several Temple University students to find out how coffee still plays a similar role in their lives.
I do go to coffee shops and just sit with friends and stuff like that. Coffee plays an everyday role in my life because it gives me the get up and go to do everything I need to do throughout my day.
I just think they're just like comfortable places that you can meet up with people. Because people are always like, let's talk over coffee, or let's just meet for a cup of coffee.
Adam Kottman, the manager of Saxby's on Temple's campus, sees coffee bring people together on a daily basis.
Here and out here in the cafe, a lot of studying going on. A lot of people have group meetings and stuff here. We have open mic nights, so this is basically just a place for everybody to come together and get what they need done.
Reporting for AV News, Section 4, Group 6, this is Kayla Devon, Philadelphia.